Okay, guys, welcome back if you're just joining. This is round six of the Lekki Scrabble Classic happening live at the Peninsula Hotel and Towers here in Lekki, Lagos, Nigeria. And I remain your commentator, Opeoluwa Omotayo. Now, we've played about 5 rounds, and this is the sixth round. We have a new face on table one. This is Adeosun Adeyemi playing with Oyinloye Abiola. Oyinloye. Pardon my mispronunciation. Oyinloye Abiola. So quickly, the timer starts, and Adeosun is playing first. He has a rack of Sdekote. Sdekote. Okay. Think you could play Toked. Toked for 24 points. Yeah, that should be the top choice. Keeping his E and S. Okay. Instead is going for, I think is thinking of playing DOEK instead for 18 points, leaving EST, and that has been committed by Adeosun. Moving to Oyinloye, he has PENFILE. Okay, he could play flip from the O of Doek, putting the F on the double letter. And I think that's what it's going for. Flip. Yeah, flip for 32 points, leaving EEN. And that has been committed. Now we have the first blank of the game, GITESI blank from Adeosun. And he has I think he has Ignite. Yeah, he has Ignite, which is the common bingo. Let's see if he's yet to see it. You could hook the S to flips, to flip to form flips. Yeah, he has Ignite for 74 points if he makes his blank N. Yeah, I think I see him arranging it. Yes. And is going for that. Ignite for 74 points by Adeosun has been. And it has been committed. So moving over to Oyinloye, we have ANERAEE. That's quite vowel heavy. I'm really curious to see what's Okay, he's going for D-O. Okay, went for enrage. I think I missed a few chapters. He went for enrage, then yeah, ENRAG. Through the G of igniter, enrage for 16 points. So back to Adeosun, he has AADEU and double S. Okay, I think it's going for DUAN. Mm. And that has been committed. He could have played a deal though through the high of ignite, but it went for DUAN. Is think DUN for 15 points. And back to Oyinloye, he has GRACEYS. Okay, I see him taking his time a little bit. I think playing GYRE through the hour of enrage. If he can spot that, that would score him about 24 points on this round, keeping ACRS for the next round. Or otherwise, he can play GAUCY, Gaussy, through the U of Duan, the G and the Y sitting on the triple letter premium tile. I see he's arranged KG. Okay, he has gone for the top choice of Gyre, GYRE for 24 points, and that has been committed. Back to Adeosun, we have ASSOYNE on his rack. So now, the double S for me. Once I see a double S, my instinct is to let go of one for some reason, but he has a couple of options. He could play with that, but they don't really score much. He could play he could put his Y on the AY from the gyreway. Coming down, he could play years, YEA, and put in his S if he wants to let go of one of the S. Or he could play YASS. Now, I wouldn't, personally, I wouldn't do that. That would score more, but that would take out the two S's they have at the same time. So we might probably go for year or the year with the S. Okay, I see him going for SYE. SYE, it's not a bad move, and it scores 27 points, leaving ANOSE. Good balancing for the next round. So now we have ZARSAR for Oyinloye. I think there should be one more tile left. Is it with him? Or did he drop a tile on the board? Okay, the last tile is G. I think that was a C rather. So he played Caesars. Hooking is S to the gyre. Okay, that score pretty well. That's about 45 points. Powering up. Now back to Adeosun. He has AMANOSE. And I don't think he saw what he was looking for. I think he left ANOSE in the previous round and they went on to pick MA. Yeah, unfortunately. So there's no chance of bingoing in this round. But it could possibly play Oka. Let me go of the A of the double A. Well, Oka scores just 10 points, and he might not want that. He could also play Maka, the same position of the C of Caesars, for 16 points. But the top choice here is him playing MNA, just below flips, hooking the M to the EL and playing across MNA. Now, MNA is one of those three letters for me that it doesn't quickly come to my head like that. I know the word exists, but then having the rack, I will see man before I see MNA. So that's just how it works for me. So he might not be able to spot that. You see, now it's playing NAM using the same tile I just talked about. It's yet to commit it though. So I think that has been committed. So he went for NAM for 19 points. Whereas he could have played MNA for 25 points, just underneath flipped. Now we have HAIRDD high for Oyinloye. And he might be thinking to let go of one of the D's, obviously, playing something towards the top of the board. Okay. And he's going for it, HID, for 23 points and committed. Now back to Adeosun, we have VAXCS Vaxis OU. Without wasting a lot of time. I see him dropping XU. Okay. XU is not bad. XU scores 40 points. But I might have played VOX at the same points for 40 points or VEX. So it went for XU, leaving VAESO. Oyinloye has AIRDEU. I think both players that have been playing pretty fast. And the scoreline is 193 for Adeosun and 140 for Oyinloye as of the moment. Oyinloye is to play. Now there's still two blanks on scene. Sorry, my bad. One blank has been used to form Ignite. So I see Oyinloye is taking his time here. His rack is AUBIER. I'm trying to see the last one. I think it's a D possibly. And given this rack and this board, I don't think there's much to do that would probably score you a lot. So, and it's trailing by almost 50, so I see why he paused a little bit. So he went for DUCI for 14 points, leaving AERB. Now Adeosun has EVE Soldier, SOJA. Now I think you could play Ja, the J on the triple letter. Yeah, exactly. That's what it's playing. Ja and the A hooking the tax for taxa. That scores about 36 points. Yeah. And he has committed it, leaving EEOVS. Now back to Oyinloye, he has AVAERBL. I'm sure that might not be what he's really wanting right now. And the best he can do, oh, I see he arranged variable. If only the eye on this board were floating for him to play variable. But it could play Vara through the on top beside the Duchy, putting the A to the D for 28 points. At the same position, it could play Bella, it could play Veil or Vera for the same point. So 3 minutes down the line and is yet to commit any move. Okay, I see Brava being played instead. I wonder what the motive behind this play is. It's probably trying to play out, to pick what he wants from the bag. So Brava has been committed for 20 points. Immediately we see vibe coming down from Adeosun at the same point where Oyinloye could have played either Bella, Blair. Yeah. So it has been used by Adeosun. So Veil for 28 points. And interestingly, I don't think Oyinloye picked what he was hoping for. Now he has FLOTTEE, double T's and double E's. Now I think it can play out if he can play like more words with fettle. If he plays FETTLE. Okay, he can't play that because I just realized Adeosun played vibe, not veil. Okay, but instead it can play loft, which I see coming down. Yeah. Loft it is. So Adeosun has picked the second blank of the game. And he has NCONES blank. And he has a couple of bingos you can play here. You can play no sense, making his blank T, and hooking the OF in the middle of the board. So no sense will score him about 70 points. He could also play Sonance, which I think that is what he's going for. Sonance scores the same, just a different position on the board. So we see him going for that for 70 points. And that is officially the second bingo of this game by the same person. So Sonance is being played for 70 points. Okay. And it has been committed. Back to Oyinloye. I wonder what must be going through his mind right now. And he has a rack of LETEERP. So I think the most he can do here, if he's trying to score to really keep up the momentum, is to play emu. That means the EMU on the board. You can put the R to form the jar and the E down to the triple lane. So now that is it's quite sneaky to spot, to be honest. But if he's able to spot that, that would score him about 30, 31 points. So let's see what it comes up with. Oh, I thought I was about to say bingo. Okay, I see replete being played. That's called 22. Okay. Adeosun has QIOWLET. So you could play WO with the O in between the H and the B at the top right corner of the board for 26 points, leaving QILET. I think is looking to play towards the bottom of the board. Okay. He went for Howlett. Howlett for 18 points, leaving QI. Back to Oyinloye, he has ENTWAG. I think there should be one more tile left by the side. It's not currently visible to me. Okay, I see Adeosun has picked the U to go with the skill. So maybe him leaving his skill was not so bad after all. Okay, I see T. CENTWAG for Oyinloye. Now with this rock, I'll definitely want to play one of my T's. So I could play maybe TWAE, just above the outlets. Yeah, TWAE. Or watts. WATT below the outlets. But that would open the triple lane. And I don't think I would want to do that at this point, knowing I'm behind and I wouldn't want to open more chances for my opponents. So 5 minutes for Oyinloye and 5 minutes and some few seconds for Adeosun. And the scoreline is right now is 349 for Adeosun and 227 for Oyinloye. Oyinloye to play. I see him going for once. That is not the top. It's not the top move for this round, unfortunately. Three definitely scores more. Three scores about 29 points. And this scores about 12 points. Now I'm trying to get the motive behind this move, but it's yet to commit anyways. So one has been registered by Oyinloye for 14 points. Not the best move if you ask me. Now we have QU high, NA high for Adeosun. And even though you picked the U to go with the Q, it won't really do much for this round. Looking at the board, there's no way it can drop the Q-U combination where it will probably eat about 30 to 40 points. None that I can say so far. But it decides to play it anyway. I think this scores about 15 points. Yeah, this should be 15 points. Leaving RIN. Now going over to Oyinloye, we have ENGOERT. Now it could play GOE on top of the outlet for 21 points. And or a mirror at that same spot, that same sneaky spot, if anybody's looking towards that direction for 31 points. So I see it's going for Goa instead of just GOE. GOER has been committed for 25 points. Moving on, we have RIN. We have MENTO from Oyinloye. And less than 2 minutes left on the timer. Now is the top move is to play MO, which we see coming down quickly for 24 points. And Adeosun is left with IRONI. And there is no way it can play out on this turn. But it could play the I to the Q for 11 points and finish up with IRON if he's able to finish before Oyinloye. Okay, I know that won't be possible, so it's going for NOIR instead, leaving his rack with just a single letter, which is the best option at this point. Now we have TEN left with Mr. Adeosun and easily Looking at this board, you can't even. I don't see anywhere you can finish. Okay, you can actually finish. TEN, just be at the bottom of the board. Yeah. And that brings us to the end of round 6. Wow. 6 games gone by already, and it's been pretty exciting. And I'm excited for what's more to come. I think we should have about 4 more rounds left today. So for round 6, Adeosun won this round. I think the updated score is 408 from Adeosun and Oyinloye with 309. Amazing game, amazing game. I wonder how Oyinloye must have felt when Adeosun picked the both blanks to play the 2 and only bingos of this game, because things would have gone a lot differently if that didn't happen. But again, this is Scrabble and anything can happen. So yeah, that brings us to the end of round 6. Thank you guys for watching this round, and we're going to switch to the player's mic now and get ready for round 7. Thank you.